Hey everyone, this is Andy from Gizchina, and as you can see we've got two phones here, and these phones are the Blackview Omega and the Yumi Zero. Now both of these devices are strikingly similar. Both of them have 5-inch Full HD displays, both of the phones have aluminium bodies and glass panels front and rear, both of them have 2 GB of RAM, and both have the older MT6592 octa-core processor. They're both priced at around $199 as well. So, on specification, on price, and on design, they're very, very similar. But which of these two phones is better? Okay, let's take a look at the design of each phone. As already mentioned, we've got a glass panel across the front of the Blackview Omega, and we have this alloy chassis that runs around the phone. We've got a SIM card slot there, 3.5mm headphone jack in the top. We've got power and volume on the left-hand side, and a USB in the base. On the rear, we've got another glass panel, got a single LED flash and this rear-facing camera, and we've got this external speaker, which is in a great position for when gaming. It doesn't get muffled by your hand. So that's the Blackview Omega. Let's take a look at the Yumi Zero. The Yumi Zero as well has all glass front. Now, what's the difference between the glass on the Omega and the Zero is that the Zero has the 2.5D curved edges, and that feels really smooth. When you're swiping from one edge to the other, you get a really nice smooth transition going into the middle of the phone. The Yumi Zero is also slightly thinner. We've got a 6.5mm body on the Zero, and the glass panels are flush with the alloy body on the front and the back. We've got the same location for the speaker as the Blackview, so when you're playing games, you're not going to cover it up. But on in this phone, we've got a dual-tone, dual LED flash on the Yumi Zero. So we've got a slightly thinner body, we've got flush glass panels, and we've got a dual LED flash on the Yumi Zero. So the Yumi Zero has it a little bit there in the design stakes of the phones. Specification-wise, as I already mentioned, 5-inch Full HD display, 5-inch Full HD display, but not all 5-inch Full HD displays are the same. Yes, the Omega is an IPS panel, which means you get some really good viewing angles, even at extreme angles. The panel on the Yumi Zero does beat it. This is a Samsung Super AMOLED display, and it has extremely vibrant colors and very, very nice blacks. If I just turn both these screens on, if we just turn this on, and turn the brightness up. Brightness. So that's the Yumi Zero screen, nice bright colors. And if I just turn the Omega on again, unlock that, turn this up, it's already on its brightest. You can see that the colors on the Zero are much, much brighter, much more intense than the colors on the Blackview Omega. Both screens are pretty good, but as you can see, color-wise, if you're after some really bright colors, the Yumi Zero really does take it there. Alright, let's have a look at a few other differences between these phones. If we just turn them over, already mentioned the Yumi Zero has a dual LED flash, and it's a dual-tone dual LED flash, and basically what that means is you got a yellow and an orange or an amber LED, and that allows you to get some better natural flash photos. The Omega just has a single LED flash, but another difference is in the camera. Now the Blackview claims that it has an 18 megapixel sensor, and that's not actually the case. It's an interpolated sensor of a lower resolution. However, the sensor on the Yumi Zero is a Sony sensor with an aperture size of 1.8, and that does allow for some great photos even in low light conditions, whereas the Blackview does suffer a little bit in lower light conditions, and even on a bright day or in a bright room such as this, there is a bit of noise creeping in on the photos. The Yumi Zero does do a much better job of capturing photos. Okay, in the hand, how do they feel? To be honest, both phones feel extremely comfortable. The Yumi Zero has the rounded alloy finish, which feels very, very comfy on your hand. They're both made of aluminium with glass panels. The Zero is a little bit thinner, But this is all personal preference. I have to say, if I pick up the Zero feels really great in my hand. And if I pick up the Blackview, that also feels pretty good, although it is chunkier and has that no curve to the rear panel as the Yumi Zero does. Other differences between the two phones are in the ROM. Now, both of these phones are running Android 4.4 KitKat. But whereas the Blackview currently only has this standard looking Android ROM with a few ColorOS icons on it, the Yumi Zero does have some custom ROMs, and they've just launched their new RootJoy Yumi tool, and that allows you to really easily install different ROMs such as MIUI, Lower ROM, and even FlyMe and other ROMs. So between these two phones, if you have $200 to spend, which one do you choose? Well, they've both got similar designs and constructions. They've both got 5-inch Full HD displays. They've both got the same processor and 2 GB of RAM. But the Yumi Zero does just beat it out a little bit. You've got a better camera, a nicer screen, and you also have a larger battery on the Yumi Zero too. Plus, with those options for different ROMs, the Yumi Zero does take it a little bit there too. But obviously, it's up to you which one you prefer. Personally, it's the Zero. You guys might prefer the Blackview Omega. Performance-wise, they're both very, very similar. And I do know some people don't quite like these bright colors of a Super AMOLED display and prefer the standard colors of a Full HD panel. Okay, what do you think between the Blackview Omega and the Yumi Zero? Do you like either of these phones? Which one would you choose? And do you think they're both worth $200 still? Or we should be looking at lower prices, or perhaps even upgraded 4G processors? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll speak to you all soon. Goodbye.